let's kick this puppy off. So we did a quickie survey last month asking people, how can we help you get to where you want to be with your cycling? And once we broke it down, it kind of broke into really two major categories. So we're going to go over those and some of the stuff we're already doing and what we're going to be doing to address those and how we can use your help going forward as well. But first, let's go over who this fit for. And if it's not for you, we want you to just go ahead and bail out on the front end. If you're wanting to get stronger and more capable on the bike, particularly on the endurance side of things, this video is for you. If you know people that want to get stronger and more capable and build endurance on the bike, this video is for you. If you've been on the bike in the past and you've been off the bike for a while and you're kind of missing it, but you can't bring yourself to go through what it takes to get to the levels you were previously, this video is definitely for you. Because if you're watching this already and you're not actively on the bike, the passion is burning inside you. You want to be back on the bike. I'm speaking from personal experience here. Watch this video. It's going to get you, it's going to make your life better. Third group that this might be good for, if you're in the cycling industry, if you're an events promoter, if you're a bike shop, a lot of the stuff is going to be very helpful to you, but we want to reach out to you as well and collaborate to help the cycling community whole. Cycling is a niche. Endurance cycling is a niche. Unpaved endurance cycling is even more of a niche. Multi-day endurance, unpaved bicycling, adventure biking, whatever you want to call it, is the nichiest of niches. We got to support each other, make it happen. We've got some pieces we want to help with, and thanks to y'all's feedback, we know some directions we need to be going, and thankfully they support the directions we were wanting to go to begin with. So what's showing on the screen is just some of the high points of some of the responses we got to that open-ended question, and it broke down into the biggest. There were two basic groups that really need to be addressed. The one was skill building, instruction, getting stronger on the bike, learning how to build endurance, all the steps involved with that. We're definitely going to be expanding that. I think that's been a focus of ours from day one, but we're going to really go next on that focus. The next component was location of rides. We're going to touch on that. And then there were some other things that are more individualistic, but I want to talk about in this video because I'm one of those, I like to hear the why when I'm told no. And if any of these are your responses and you feel like I said, no, we're not doing that, or I'm saying that now, it's not no, we're not going to do that. It's no, we're not going to do that right now is the best way to look at it. We're putting pieces together to hopefully address all of these wants and needs, but we do have to prioritize to what affects the most people on the front end. And definitely skill building, instruction, and learning are right at the top of the list. Here's some responses here. Help with training and fueling for 5+ hour events. That's really our nuts and bolts of what we've been doing for years already. We're going to get very specific on that. We're going to put together defined programs that anybody can follow at any time. And in conjunction with that, we're going to have rides and events and get-togethers that enforce that learning process. Basically allows you to practice the things you're learning. And if it's clear, we've always been this way. Even with our biggest events, our goal has never been for the Spinistry events to be the biggest, glitziest, most famous events out there. That's not the goal. What we want to do is give people the ability to train up and get properly prepared for their bucket list events wherever they may be in the world. Tour Divide, Unbound Gravel, whatever. We're happy to help you get there. The third one brought up by Christian, practice gravel races. I love that terminology, practice gravel races. We think we have a fantastic environment that does help promote that, where maybe No, we're not going to be $100,000 purse for the podium or anything like that. We're not going to ever have competition at the of the Lifetime Grand Prix or anything, and we don't. That's not our goal. But we're happy to help people that are building towards those goals and want to be up there at those levels. We're happy to help provide an environment for them to practice racing and an environment that welcomes that and just that. But quite frankly, that's not our focus. Our focus is still the other 80 to 90% of the riders that are out there at the gravel events that are taking on their own personal challenges. They want to do their first 100 mile, or they want to average 15 miles an hour or whatever else. We're happy to provide that environment for racers to have a fantastic competitive experience. And the best way to do that is when we have something going on. And I mean, you're not going to find a better value on gravel than what Spinistry offers by any stretch of the imagination. If you really want to do that practice gravel race and it's one of our smaller events, call up your friends, call up your buddies, say, hey, Spinistry's doing this on this weekend. Let's go throw down at the front of the field and see who's at top of the heap this week. That sort of thing. And then realities as well. We'll touch on that a little bit later. But lots of specifics about endurance training, hydration, nutrition, and more opportunities to not just watch videos and read blogs or manuals on this is how you do it, actually to put those pieces in practice. And we think that's what we do that's really different. We give an environment for you to take what you learn and put it into practice. So the instructional learning process, that's going to be very primary for us. The next level was what we call location-based, where a lot of the responses were we'd like to see more rides in Central Texas, more events in Arkansas, Louisiana, things like that. This is one of those where what we're doing to address that right now, it's not physically possible for us to be everywhere every weekend. So we're actively reaching out right now. You've probably already seen it on our Facebook page and our Spinistry chat community site, social media. We're starting to reach out and collaborate with other events, other promoters, other rides that are out there to work on destinations for people to go where, we're happy to provide that base of knowledge and practice. But if you need a carrot to chase, if you need an event to train for, and it needs to be in Tennessee or California or Wisconsin or whatever else, we're going to be collaborating with those promoters to people that direction, help their riders get ready for that. So definitely, if you're an event promoter or you involved with an event, or you have somebody that's putting on an event and you need more riders, you want more people to show up, just drop a comment down below. We're not asking people to send it, just drop a comment. I'll respond and we'll start a conversation. We're already working with Rattlesnake Gravel Grind, the Veterans Gravel Grinder, Vermejo Charcoal Burner, a few others that are in the works that haven't been finalized yet. And we've just started this process. That's going to be a big focus for us for 2025. And make no mistake, we're still going to do Spinistry events, and we are going to do Spinistry rides almost every weekend in some form or fashion somewhere. And we're not going to just be in North Texas. We'll be in Florida. We'll be in Georgia. We'll be in Central Texas. We're going to be other places too. Got some ideas, but we're not going to focus on trying to put together the big events each weekend. What this structure allows us to do, if we get together a group of a dozen people outside of Shreveport, Louisiana for a weekend in that area, we have the flexibility to do that. And that's what we're looking forward to, is not having to rely on 200, 300, or 400 people to show up. We're going to follow this model that allows us to be very lean, mean, and go to where we need to be and not worry about looking for a big crowd. And More on that in the near future. So, location we're going to address, we've already started to address. The instruction and the building process, we're definitely starting to address. And definitely going back to the building process that we were touching on, I want to reinforce this one. This one's huge. If you're this deep and you're not on the bike, if you're this deep into this video and you're not on the bike right now and you're going, oh, I can't get on the bike, you want to be on the bike. We're going to have rides and programs specifically built around get back on the bike. Get on the bike more if you're just riding a little bit now. You're going to love it. You're going to have fun with it. Buckle down, get ready to enjoy being on the bike again. We're going to get you there. Some of the additional feedback on things we might not be able to address directly at the moment, but we're not ignoring them. They're going to be a little bit further back in the progression there. Feedback on people wanting to ride with more specific groups tailored to their abilities or their own social groups or experience groups that they have shared experiences with. That's something that we think we provide a very good foundation, a very good framework, a very good environment for folks that want to work with veterans or beginner women, bikepacking trips or whatever else that might be a specialized group. We can give you the structure, we can give you the routes, we can give you the environment, we can give you a model on how to, if you have a group like that you're involved with, put those pieces together and help coordinate that. If you're able to take point on that for organizing that group, we can give you everything to build that around, along with our expertise and our experience on what to look out for, where to go to stay over, and amenities and things like that. So it's just at this time it's not feasible for us to focus on very, very laser focused specific groups or skill levels or things like that at the moment. We hope to get to that, but that's going to be a down the road sort of thing. Another couple people specifically brought up feedback about us losing our focus on mountain bike racing and single track environments and so forth. And that's been a pain point for us for a number of years now, unfortunately. The reality is trying to put on mountain bike races in North Texas, it's a 50-50 proposition at best, just based on weather and trail conditions. You can talk to anybody that's ever been involved with the mountain bike racing up here. It's a coin toss if the event will even happen. And we have fought that battle many, many times. It's my passion. It's where I come from. I come from the mountain bike world. It's just not feasible at this time. We haven't found a way to focus on mountain bike racing and make it viable. That said, it doesn't mean we're ignoring mountain biking. It doesn't mean we're ignoring single track. It doesn't mean we're ignoring mountain bike trails. We're going to have Club Spinistry pop-up mountain bike challenges. Things like, who can do the most laps at North Shore in over 6 hours, or something like that. There's going to be more focus on those types of challenges that are very mountain bike and single track oriented, but we are also going to pull more into the mix that's multi-surface, like our recent All or Nothing, where you're combining single track and gravel and paved pathways and whatever else. We've got some stuff we want to do with our Dallas to Fort Worth Monster Cross ride, things like that. But they're not going to be structured traditional mountain bike races at this time. That said, we're happy to, again, collaborate with mountain bike promoters. There is definitely a thing going on now where people that weren't mountain bikers before, they're gravel riders now. A lot of those gravel riders are starting to evolve towards mountain biking and single track. I've been saying that for a couple years now. That cross-country mountain biking is going to come back. It's going to be a big thing again, and a large part of it is going to be from the growth of gravel. A lot of those riders are starting to explore single track, and they're starting to buy their mountain bikes. I don't know that will ever turn into a race scene. We'll see. but there is going to be more mountain biking out there, and we're going to be involved with that down the road, just not traditional mountain bike racing at this time. People asked about our calendar and getting more notice on things like that. We have recently started a brand new community site. All Club Spinistry members have free access to that site. It does have a dedicated calendar on it. We're going to be very proactive in talking about our Spinistry events in that environment. Lots of discussion there. If you're a Club Spinistry member, definitely take your invites and come visit the community site. We'll open that up to other people in the distant future, but right now we're kind of trying to keep it within the Club Spinistry members as we start to build it out and flesh it out. And then lots of miscellaneous statements. Most of it, thank you for the compliments, are people thanking us for what we've been doing, and just reinforcing they like pop-up rides. Pop-up rides they're popular with us too, because quite frankly, I get to ride in the pop-up rides. Completely selfish. I like to ride my bike. I'm not one of those when I put on a formal event, a race, I'm not one of those that can ride in my own event when it's that formal. I'm not knocking anybody that does. It's just, I can't go out there and have fun. I tried it at the Midnight Mash. I tried every 5 years or so, and every 5 years it's an abject failure. So I'm not going to ride in my own events, but I am going to ride in my pop-up rides. So what that's worth. All right. Hopefully we kept this short enough. That's a quick overview of the things we've got going. Please do leave comments below. Actually, I missed something huge. If you made it this far, you might be a candidate for this, quite frankly. When we were talking about more locations for pop-up rides and Club Spinistry rides and things like that, we were talking about reaching out to other events and things like that. What we also want to do in 2025, I don't know what this looks like yet. Definitely your feedback would be appreciated on this. We're looking to put together some sort of ambassador program, ride leader program, or something along those lines where people in other areas that we're not, I can do a pop-up ride in North Texas last minute. That's the whole point of the pop-up ride. There's an opening on the weather's nice. Let's do a pop-up ride. I can't go to Oklahoma City and do that. I can't go down to Austin or Houston or San Antonio and do that as a true pop-up ride. So if there's people in other areas of the country that might be interested in helping us coordinate Spinistry supported rides, Club Spinistry rides, we can probably roll that into the club insurance and things like that. Anyway, it's not for everybody. Nobody's going to get rich doing this. We don't get rich doing this. I can assure you of that. But if you're passionate enough about it and you have the experience and the skill set, and that's something that might interest you, send us a message, leave a comment below or something like that. Again, it's a super rough concept for an ambassador program of some sort, but I don't know what that looks like. Your thoughts and feedback would be sincerely appreciated. And with that, I think we're going to just let this one go. Go out and ride your bikes. Spread the word, spread the love.